everybody. How y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all taking care of yourself today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and comment, baby, and smack that doorbell for me, baby. You heard me? And keep God first, baby, over everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let this video take off. I'm gonna play catch up at the end.
Major problem that Trinidad has to deal with. So get ready, because this is a good one. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like. United States, in the beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. In the underbelly of Trinidad, dancehall artist Rebel 6 emerged as a mysterious presence, captivating attention by releasing powerful diss tracks, targeting his adversaries. Allegedly, one of his targets was Prince Swanee, reportedly once affiliated with the Rasta City crew, who has since embarked on his own venture called Z-Tech. Another individual in Rebel 6's crosshairs was Toppy Boss, who was allegedly linked to the Muslim crew. Rebel 6's powerful lyrics resonated deeply within the nation, carrying a merciless and deliberate message. The clashing artists produced an entirely new wave of music that swept the island like an unstoppable storm, more specifically categorized as Trinidad dancehall. Once soothing beats of reggae and dancehall transformed into a dark symphony of murder music, becoming a weapon wielded by the rival crews.
Another bloody night has plagued the Port of Spain division with 3 murders and a spate of shootings in the Laventille area. Reports are that in St. Barb's around 9:30 on Wednesday evening, Dexter Polskin Joseph, an alleged leader of the St. Barb's arm of Rasta City gang, was killed.
The consequences were devastating as the infectious musical epidemic gripped the nation, plunging it into a never-ending nightmare. Trinidad's murder rates skyrocketed, gunshots blazing in the streets, a chilling testament to the power of this unholy marriage between music and violence. The results, ranking the country just below Afghanistan on the crime index. In the midst of this chaos, Rebel 6 became a target of a sinister plan. He was ambushed by his rivals, driven by betrayal and jealousy. Before we dive deep into the wicked and wild world of Armageddon, let's rewind the clock and unravel how this war between cliques actually started. Trinidad and Tobago, once colonized by the British Crown, racial lines. In 1962, it gained independence from Great Britain and became a sovereign nation, eventually declaring itself a republic in 1976. Since gaining independence, Trinidad and Tobago has been marked by a divide between 2 major gangs. First, you have the Rasta City gang. Rasta City mainly has been championed by the Rastafarian culture, Afro-Trinidadians who attempted to reject the influence of European colonialism, who strive to reconnect with their African heritage and culture. The earliest Rasta City gang as being led by the notorious King brothers, Aldwin and Derek, who were both Rastafarians. On the other hand, there were the Muslims. According to historical accounts, the earliest Muslim gang was allegedly led by a man named Abu Bakr, who was also the leader of the Muslim religious group called Jamaat al-Muslimin. The Muslim community in Trinidad has its roots in 2 waves of migration. The first wave consisted of enslaved Africans, and the second wave was made up of indentured Indians. Bakr chose to follow Islam instead of Rastafarianism. In the turbulent era of 1986 and 1991, the young nation faced serious financial challenges from the IMF. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson and the NAR administration, who was brutally beaten and shot by Bakr's Muslims during an attempt by the Muslimim to take over the country. Adding to the challenges, Trinidad became a hub for drugs, arms, and human trafficking. Its strategic location, just 7 miles north of Venezuela, with its open border to Colombia, made it an attractive transit point for drug shipments to the Americas. Speedboats from drug cartels were often used to transport drugs into Trinidad. Once docked, these illegal substances were smuggled out of the island using various methods, including container ships, private yachts, and planes, turning crime into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Unlike in most places, gangs in Trinidad are deeply rooted and divided. Neighborhoods align themselves with either the Muslims or Rasta City, creating bitter rivalries. Even neighboring streets become enemies if they support different gangs. So if one neighborhood is Muslims, and across the street is Rasta City, they have to be bitter rivals. This holds especially true in the capital city of Port of Spain, where things have spiraled out of control. Since the 1960s, it has become one of the most dangerous cities worldwide, largely because of intents for being used as a drug smuggling port. But in recent times, the rise of Trinidad dancehall murder music has added to the chaos. Artists from different camps diss each other, and citizens have normalized these violent messages, using them as fuel for their own violent activities. Initially, children had the liberty to choose their own gang affiliation. But over time, it shifted to being determined by the neighborhood they grew up in. So if you hailed from a Rasta City neighborhood, you were expected to align with them. The influence even infiltrated into the school system. This toxic situation brings us to the heart of it all. Welcome to Port of Spain, unquestionably one of the worst places in Trinidad. The region itself is divided into two closely neighboring sections. First, you have Laventil, an area where the Muslims set up a stronghold, a breeding ground for the mobilization efforts of an Islamic organization once led by a 6-foot man by the name of Abu Bakr, who in 1990 made a controversially bloody attempt to seize and temporarily overthrow the country's democratically elected government. On an ordinary afternoon in Trinidad and Tobago, families gather for a local Sesame Street show when the TV screen flickers, revealing the imposing figure of Abu Bakr. Standing tall at 6'4", dressed in a flowing white robe, his face radiates a menacing intensity. Abu Bakr makes a shocking announcement.
At 6 p.m. this afternoon, the government of Trinidad and Tobago was overthrown. The Prime Minister and members of the cabinet are under arrest.
Gunshots ring out, interrupting the chaos. Panic erupts as an armed figure in camouflage fatigue storms in the country's parliament. For 6 days and 5 nights, Trinidad is held captive by Abu Bakr and his 115 devoted followers under the banner of Jamaat al-Muslimin. This audacious coup marks the only militant Islamic uprising in the Western Hemisphere, claiming 24 lives and leaving a lasting impact on Trinidad. And you know what? Despite attempting to arrest his own country's prime minister, Bakr never faced conviction. Bakr believed that when his Muslimin stopped policing the streets after the coup, the government lost control. Let me know if you agree down in the comments. In the after their alliance with Rasta City, the gang emerged as a resistance against the control exerted by the Muslim gang. The Muslims controlled the majority of the area's weapons, drugs, and wealth, while Rasta City has deep Rastafarian roots originating from Jamaica, and their reverence for Emperor Haile Selassie, whom they consider the embodiment of Jesus. It is ironic that the current crew deviates from the religion's pacifist and non-materialistic beliefs, often showcasing their long, lavish gold chains of the highest carats. Remember this guy? Fast forward to the 21st century, and Trinidad's landscape has drastically changed. Two dominant gangs, the Nines Muslims and the Sevens Rasta City, have transformed into umbrella organizations, sheltering 42 offspring gangs comprising both Rasta City and Muslim units. This conflict was not limited to physical confrontations. It also extended into the realm of lyrical warfare. Amidst the vibrant music scene in Trinidad, two names stood out, captivating the nation with their exceptional talent. Prince Swanee, mesmerizing audiences worldwide with his chart-topping hit, Catch 22, and Rebel 6, a highly favored dancehall artist. What many may not know is that these two artists were once close friends, and allegedly even a part of the same Sevens Rasta City camp. Growing up together, they collaborated on songs and shared dreams of using their musical gifts to escape the streets. However, tragedy struck when Rebel 6 became disenchanted with the way the Seven camp was being led by its authorities. This discord reportedly caused a rift between Prince Swanee and Rebel 6, turning once loyal friends into bitter enemies. The falling out was fueled by corruption and negative vibes infecting the Rasta City camp. As a result, Rebel 6 decided to part ways and eventually joined the Six crew, reportedly led by the infamous dancehall entertainer Squash. His move to align with the renowned Six camp, originating from Jamaica, sent shockwaves across Trinidad as he introduced the Six movement to the island. The transformation from friends to foes was a result of the deep-seated issues within the Rasta City camp, and their divergent paths led them to opposing factions. The clash between Prince Swanee and Rebel 6, now representing different camps, added a new layer of intensity to Trinidad's music scene, making headlines and sparking intrigue among their fans and followers. As the crew started to shift amidst the turmoil within Rasta City, a brutal tribal war erupted, plunging the Seven gang, Six gang, and Muslims gang into a deadly cycle of violence. Night and day, they ruthlessly attempted to assassinate each other, making the streets as hot as ever. Realizing that things had spiraled out of control, the top artists from each group decided to initiate a peace meeting on July 4th, 2020. The Sixes, Rasta City, and the Muslims were poised to set aside their differences and sign a treaty, a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. It was a chance to extinguish the bloodshed and restore harmony to a city teetering on the edge.
From today onwards, there are no groups, gangs, or organizations, informal or otherwise, by the names Unruly ISIS or Rasta City in Chaguanas or any part of Trinidad. The former gang members are changing their ways, and they ask for the public's forgiveness and help.
However, as the appointed hour approached, Rebel 6 chose to betray the truce. Suspicion gripped his mind, convinced that the peace meeting was a treacherous trap, a cunning ploy to outsmart him and fake reconciliation. By deliberately snubbing the gathering, Rebel 6 sent a chilling message to the Rasta and Muslim camps. They interpreted his absence as a deceitful sign, a signal that the beef remained far from over, and he craved war instead. The shadows grew darker on that fateful Sunday night, enveloping Rebel 6's residence in Viceroy Crescent, literally less than 24 hours after the peace meeting. Lost in the virtual world of video games, he remained oblivious to the impending danger lurking just beyond his open front door. Unbeknownst to him, his sanctuary was about to be violated by an unfathomable darkness. Suddenly, the tranquility of the night was shattered as two figures silently infiltrated his home like footsteps of stealthy Navy SEALs. Allegedly. Startled by a sound, Rebel 6 momentarily removed his video game headset but dismissed it as nothing, placing it back on instead of reaching for a weapon. Unaware of the intruders, he turned towards the door and felt a chill run down his spine as he confronted the looming presence before him. In a horrifying symphony, the walls echoed with the eruption of gunfire. Bullets cut through the air, their deadly purpose homing in on their target. The assailants unleashed a relentless storm of bullets, approximately 20 finding their mark on Rebel 6. Amidst the chaos, a relative stood frozen in terror, silently witnessing the nightmarish scene. Miraculously, fate spared them, leaving them unscathed as the assassins swiftly escaped the premises. Loud sirens screamed through the dark night while the cops raced like lightning. They scooped up the injured Rebel 6.
Now I ain't got too much to really say about this here, but I remember back in the days. Excuse me, I tired tongue. I remember back in the days that when Bob Marley was you know what I'm saying, he was coming to Miami and all that. You did, because as y'all know, that wasn't originally from. You feel me? And I know a lot of people like from Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? Like Georgia people, this ain't no lie. Like Georgia people, they would not hang around Jamaican, because some of them, they scared hang around a Jamaican, and I was wondering why they scared to hang around Jamaican. And you know what I'm saying? But cause they say they don't be understand what they be saying. You feel me? But ain't no sense to be scared of nobody else, because you know what I'm saying, because their language is speaking different from ours. You feel me? That's all it is. You feel what I'm saying? They would not want to hang around them. But you know what I'm saying? By me coming from Miami, you feel what I'm saying? I don't hang around enough on them. I know how they spit. I know how they come out their mouth and everything. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? I guess certain part of the city, certain part of Georgia just ain't really used to it. If you feel me? Because Jamaican was, they was crowded in Miami a lot. New York and Orange County. You feel what I'm saying? They will pile up around there, and they still is. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? But I don't get it why certain people, they just be scared. But you know what I'm saying? Me, you know what I'm saying? They just rich in the people, man, just like me and you. You feel what I'm saying? They just speak different language. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? But they still like us, black. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I hear a lot of people say they want to go stay in Jamaica and all this and that there, right? You feel me? Because they say Jamaica is where it's at. Jamaica where it's peaceful at, right? You got to understand this here. It's the hood everywhere you go. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just can't get caught in certain areas. You feel me? You just can't. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's blood, Crips, all that down there too in Jamaica. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you way out from Jamaica, way like in the beach part, you know what I'm saying, somewhere else, and you ain't down there in Jamaica, like the heart of the city of Jamaica, you feel what I'm saying? Like me, I can live in the heart of the city of Jamaica, and it won't affect me. It won't bother me. But somebody else, they can't live like that because they ain't used to, you know what I'm saying, the crime rate, how it is in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about now. You feel what I'm saying? But I know back then, you know what I'm saying, Jamaica was on fire back in the 80s, the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Then it started dying down probably like in the 2000. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Jamaica still get it cracking though. You feel me? They just like anywhere you go. It don't matter where you go. It's gonna be a hood somewhere. I don't care if you go called country and you ain't off in a motherland. You feel what I'm saying? A Neverland. You did. It's gonna be some violence everywhere you go. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you how news and by certain cities when they get ready to push their little country out there for you to come visit and all this and that there, right? You know what I'm saying? They just don't tell y'all certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? They sweep certain stuff up under the rug. You feel me? So y'all can come visit. So you know what I'm saying? Cause see, they in their mind, if they tell you how their country is and their city is, right? You know what I'm saying? They figure you won't travel. You know what I'm saying? In their neighborhood, in the neck of the woods. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If they tell you how their crime rate is, right? You know what I'm saying? That'll keep tourists from coming, you know what I'm saying, visit, you know what I'm saying, they said it. So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of these, you know what I'm saying, farm country, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the islands and all this and that there, they just sweep a lot of stuff up under the rug. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Hawaii. You feel what I'm saying? Hawaii people ain't gonna tell you about how Hawaii, you know what I'm saying? Hawaii get it cracking too. Hawaii got blood, Crips, all that, the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's all around the world, people. You feel me? So don't be fooled by the looks and the glamours and think that wherever you go, it's gonna be sweet. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying? If you got that bag, then you can live further out. You feel what I'm saying? Live in a nice neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Quality neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? One of the gate community, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? They can still come over there and rob you and do the same thing. That's anywhere you go. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna find some people gonna ride in rich neighborhood and rob rich people's house. You know what I'm saying? They gonna cat burglar. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be looking at people and they be talking. I be like, man, do they understand that these countries, man, they hide all the bad habits? They hide all the bad habits, man. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Africa. People say they tell you to come back home to Africa, woo, 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 woo. Guess what? Africa doing the same thing. Africa, they traffic women's. You feel what I'm saying? Africa people, they got narcotics in Africa. You feel what I'm saying? They got gangs everywhere. So don't never think Africa is sweet. Don't never think you come back to Africa, everything gonna be glitz and glamour. Man, Africa got some messed up rules. You feel me? I'm talking about, man, I don't look up Africa. You feel what I'm saying? They got some messed up rules. That's why I never go there and stay. Never. You know what I'm saying? You might be there. You know what I'm saying? You got to live a whole year somewhere else before you even get your little card. You feel what I'm saying? You got scammers everywhere you go. You feel what I'm saying? You got people will scam you so bad when you go to Africa and you want to buy land. You feel what I'm saying? You got some people will sell you somebody else's land, but soon you go to building your house there, guess what they do? They're like, hey, you ain't pay for this. You know what I'm saying? You don't fall into a scammer hand, you dig? You know what I'm saying, good people, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put this video out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just don't be fooled by people where they be showing y'all these out of towns and all that. Don't be fooled by that. You feel what I'm saying, man? It's bad habits everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? But if you got that bag, you know what I'm saying? You can better put yourself in a decent neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? For real, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you do live in a decent neighborhood. That don't mean you still gonna be safe. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I best to pray every day. You feel me? That's why I best to, you know what I'm saying, to seek God first before you get in trouble. Some of y'all get in trouble, then y'all want to pray to God. You feel what I'm saying? No, you got to pray to God, man, when you're not in trouble. You heard me? And I stand on that, and all 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, my good people, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there, you dig what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of people talking about it, so you know what I'm saying? I had to make it my efforts there, you know what I'm saying, to find something that's, you know what I'm saying, to catch certain people's eyes and knowing that they think that, you know what I'm saying, everywhere you go, like, it's going to be glitz and glamour, and it's not. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't rolling like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's popping everywhere you go. You feel me? And I stand on that. It's up to you to keep yourself safe and your family. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Now, Jamaica, certain part of Jamaica, Kingston and all that, I'm gonna tell you something now. You know what I'm saying? They have piped down a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Back in the days, man, they was off the chain. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I used to hang around a lot of them. I know. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying, my good people? That's all I got for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all smash that like button. You dig? You know what I'm saying? So if y'all were down with me, baby, y'all have been there, smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? On that note, my good people, y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe and like and smash that doorbell for me, baby. You heard me? And keep God first, baby, over everything. You know what I'm saying? On that note, my good people, I'm gone from y'all, baby. I'm gone.